aviators, I got in touch with the mechanic, and what we think happened was when I cleaned the windshield this morning, I used a bucket of water, and I put about a gallon of water across the windshield. Had a lot of pollen and stuff on it, a lot of bugs that I wanted to get off before I used the Jetstream Plexi Clear on it. And what we think happened is the water got down into the gear switch and may have shorted it out, and that's why it was giving me that buzzing noise when the gear was in transit. So that is, it's gone away. We think it dried out because of the heat in the cowling in the engine compartment. So we're going to go give it a test flight and see what's going on with it, and see if we can't get back home to Shreveport. So we'll try it out. You guys get to come along on another test flight, and we'll see what we get from there. So let's try it out. Georgetown Ground, Centurion 6048 November.
Centurion 6048 November, Georgetown.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a 210 slant golf at B&G Aviation with Tango. I'd like to get VFR flight following to Shreveport, downtown Delta, Tango, November, please.
Centurion 6048 November, runway 36, taxi. Yeah, Foxtrot Lima, cross runway 29 at Lima, say requested altitude.
All right, that's taxi to 36 via Foxtrot Lima, clear across 29 at Lima, and we're going to go at 5,500 for 6048 November.
Roger.
Georgetown Ground, 554 at Juliet, we'd like to go back to pilot's choice.
That's right, 2554, Georgetown Ground, taxi pilot choice via Alpha Echo Ramp Hotel.
Alpha Echo Ramp Hotel, 554.
Centurion 48 November, squawk 7220, 7220. Austin departure frequency 119.0.
119.0 and 7220 for 6048 November. Cool T6 there fired up. Guys get a good shot of that.
November 31 Kilo, hold short, taxiway Echo.
Say it again for 31 Kilo.
November 31 Kilo, hold short, taxiway Echo.
Taxiway Echo, hold short, 31 Kilo.
Georgetown Ground, this is Skyhawk 5327 Golf at the pump, requesting taxi to Genesis.
November 31 Kilo, continue taxi.
31 Kilo, continue taxi.
Alright, so we've done one run up already. Pull over here and do another quick run up, check our mags, check our props.
05 Romeo, give way to the ATP Skyhawk.
No reason to cut any corners.
Runway 29er, hold short of Lima, 29er.
Alright, 1700 RPMs, right mag, good drop. Left mag, good drop. Cycle that propeller.
Skyline 05 Romeo, squawk.
Everything looks good.
26.
Morning, Georgetown Ground, North American 7520 uniform, hangar at Foxtrot with Tango, taxi to 36, westerly departure, run up required.
Skyline 05 Romeo, do you copy the squad code? I'm not getting an answer.
Say that again, ma'am, I do copy you.
Romeo, squawk 0626.
0626, squawking 05 Romeo.
05 Romeo, you were instructed to hold short Lima. You can continue taxi now via Lima.
Georgetown Tower, Centurion 604 November is ready to go 36.
Centurion 604 November, Georgetown Tower. The Tomahawk on the go will be flying right traffic. Fly runway heading for now, runway 36, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway heading 6048 November, runway 36. Okay.
Georgetown Tower, clear track 288 for the visual 36.
Clear track 288, Georgetown Tower, flight over left base, runway 36.
Enter left base, runway 36, clear track 288.
Tomahawk 16 Bravo, your traffic follows at your 1 o'clock and then about a mile in the downwind. You see him with another Tomahawk.
Line up on the center line.
Got it in sight, 2516 Bravo.
30 inches manifold pressure.
Fly right traffic to follow.
Follow the company traffic, 2516 Bravo.
Let that turbo lag. Red line, red line. Knots. Positive rate. Gears coming up.
For track 288, traffic's an experimental 1.5 mile final. You'll be number 2, runway 36, clear to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 36 for track 288.
I made a mistake on that takeoff. Can y'all spot what it is?
Downwind.
Descending downwind, 51 Tango.
Pull that power back 30 inches of manifold pressure, 2400 RPM.
Georgetown Tower, Skyline 9005, runway holding short, 36 remaining in the power.
Skyline 9005, Romeo, Georgetown Tower, hold short, runway 36.
Holding short, 36, 05 runway.
November 48 November, resume on navigation. Austin approach now, 119.0.
All right, on nav to Shreveport and then 119.0 for November. Thanks for your help.
Come on, 51 Tango, turn left 10 degrees, you're there on final.
Turning left 10 degrees, 51 Tango.
Austin departure, Centurion 604 members off of Georgetown, 1.6 climbing for 5.5, 058 on the nose.
Centurion 6048 November, Austin, departure order contact, altimeter 3016.
3016 for November.
All right, gears up, flaps up. Cow flaps wide open, 30 inches manifold pressure, 2500 RPM, 150 pounds per hour.
2532, Alaska 512.
All the temps look good.
SA Austin Southwest, 3748, 16,500. Descending via the Lakes 3, landing north, Kilo.
South 3748 Austin approach, good morning or afternoon, and plan runway 36 left.
36 left, we can also take the RNAV.
I'll put our request for you.
Right.
Centurion 48 November traffic, 1 o'clock, 6 miles, northwestbound, slow moving, altitude indicates 5,200.
48 November's looking for the traffic.
48 November, looks like that previous call traffic's maneuvering to the southwest now, 5,300 indicated, and they're about to sure 1 o'clock.
And 48 November's looking about 4 or 5 miles now. And 48 November has the traffic in sight.
Centurion 48 November, roger. Just maintain visual separation with the traffic. There's additional traffic about 10 o'clock, 8 miles, maneuvering 5,000, also slow moving. Contact Gray approach 120.07.
12007 for 604 November. Gray approach, Centurion 604 November is with you, leveling 3,500 VFR.
Centurion 604 November, Gray approach, gray altimeter 3016.
3016 for 8 November. Pull that mixture back to a course leaning there. I'm going to let it run a little bit richer than I normally would just because of that new exhaust system. We're going to have to get used to what I'm seeing with it, temperatures and such. That's what we're seeing right now. Just checking everything, all my engine indicators, my temperatures, my pressures. Make sure everything looks normal. Got an indicated airspeed of 156 knots, true airspeed of 166, and a ground speed of 152. Hour and 22 minutes to Shreveport downtown. So apparently, when I came out to the airplane this morning, the airplane sat outside overnight, and it had a heavy dew on it. We had some fog roll through this morning. Because of all the pollen and stuff in the air that had gotten on the windshield, it mixed with that water and just made a real mess on the windshield. Well, I didn't want to just start wiping all the pollen and everything off, so I took a bucket of water, had about a gallon of water in it, and I splashed it across the windshield. And evidently when I did that, I got some water down into that switch. That's what was shorting out, making that noise. That's why it faded off when we were coming back in, is because that water was drying out. So we checked everything out, just gave it a good visual inspection. The gear warning horn was operating normally. So had to go test fly it again. And so that was my plan. I was going to take off. If it gave me the noise, I'd have looped back around. We'd have looked over some more, maybe replaced the switch. But we didn't get that beeping, buzzing noise, so we're going to take it on to Shreveport and just chalk it up to getting some water down in there. Hit the lean fine button. Start leaning that mixture back.
The college altimeter 3013.
We're down low like this, so I lean it pretty quick, pretty aggressive. That's based on the instructions I received from Western Skyways. down about that 70 pounds per hour.
Mike Papa, contact approach 123.8. Let them know when you have information. Papa.
All right, number 3, that's still my
3.8.
cylinder that peaks first.
He's approach here. The 5-1 November is with you at 4,500.
There's about that 100 pounds per hour.
I think that was 8251 November checking in. It came in a little broken.
Affirmative, 8251 November.
All right, fellow aviators, I want to share a little bit what I figured out or what we found out when we were doing the annual and we borescoped the cylinders and what was going on with the oil analysis. So we got the most recent oil analysis back, and the oil levels look fantastic. That's exactly what we were looking for. And what we discovered is the airplane sat for 2 periods of time for about 30 days. And if you look in your pilot operator's handbook, it'll tell you about long-term storage. And for the Cessna 210, it says that if you're going to store your airplane for 30 days, you need to pull the propeller through every 7 days and at least pull the airplane out and crank the engine up and let it idle and warm up that temperature and lubricate all those cylinders and everything. I did not do that. So that was back during the summer and once in the winter. And I know during those events we had some rain events. And so it could have been that the humidity that was in the air being inside the hangar built up some surface corrosion on the cylinder walls. And what happened is when you fire the airplane up, your rings remove that surface rust from the cylinder walls. That gets in the oil, and that's what gives you your high iron content. So I wasn't aware of that. I'd never had that problem before, but I can guarantee you that's something I'm going to be paying close attention to now. And do my best to do more flying. Number 1, that's what I need to be doing. And number 2, if the airplane is going to be down, we're going to follow that protocol and make sure that that doesn't happen. So I'm glad that's all it was. I'm happy that had a good mechanic who was able to check that out. Glad that oil change came back normal, and we're back in the air. So really happy about that. We did have to replace the exhaust system on the 210. We had some swelling in some areas and had some cracks in some other areas that necessitated that it was time just to go ahead and replace the whole thing. We could have pulled that system off. We could have pulled that system off and sent it to Hartzell and had them put everything together, re-weld the cracks, basically do a repair or IRAN inspect and repair as necessary. But by the time that they fit everything together, we felt like they would have replaced as many new parts as they did fix old parts. So they shipped us in a whole new set. They were able to get it out really quick for us, and really thankful for that. So got that on the airplane. It's running great. Our oil temperature right now, Cal Flaps full close, 172 degrees. So that's all looking fantastic.
Centurion 48 November. Traffic 10 o'clock, 15 miles southeastbound at 3,000 feet. So just maintain 3,500 for now, so you're past that traffic.
All right, 48 November, we'll maintain 3,500 looking for traffic. 10 o'clock, and you said 15 miles?
Centurion 48 November, affirmative.
All right, we're keeping an eye out for him, and I've got him on the scope. Thank you.
Centurion 48 November, you guys should be crossing paths in the next 10, about 10 miles.
All right, 48 November, we're keeping an eye out. Thank you.
Centurion 48 November, contact Fort Worth Center 126.72, 2672. They're also talking about aircraft.
All right, 126.72 for 604 November. Thank you.
Mooney 7 wants back to traffic, pass underneath you, 7,500.
Might get a good shot of some traffic out there. We'll see.
Maintain VFR.
I'll do my discretion, maintain VFR. Good afternoon, Fort Worth Center, Centurion 604 November's with you, level 3,500 VFR. Keeping an eye out for that traffic at by now 10, 11 o'clock.
Centurion 6048 November, Fort Worth Center, Dallas altimeter 3016.
3016, 48 November.
Keeping an eye out for that traffic. Got him on the scope. Looks like we're converging. He's at 3,000, I'm at 3,500. We're getting close. I hate this when they get close like this and you can't see them.
Juliet Kilo Delta 1,500. We're just diverting to Teague Municipal for fuel.
Juliet Kilo Delta, I can hear.
Traffic 9 o'clock, 2 miles, 700 feet below.
American 10.
9 o'clock, 2 miles.
For arrival, Dallas
There he is.
3016.
It's a busy day today. I've got the screen recording on my iPad, so you guys will be able to see all the traffic that's buzzing around today. It's a beautiful Saturday, blue skies, and I'm not sure that there are any airplanes on the ground right now. Everybody's up flying. There's a lot of traffic in the air. That's fantastic to see. I like to see airplanes flying. We're level 3,500 feet, 155 indicated airspeed, 166 true airspeed, and 152 knots across the ground. We got about a 22 knot quarter-in headwind, but everything is looking fantastic. Pressures and temperatures are where they're supposed to be. All the engine is set. We just finished up the Aircraft Electronics Association National Convention. Had a really nice show. Met a lot of avionics shops and avionics managers, a lot of employees working for them. Had a really great time. Able to talk to them about selling them some instrument MRO, also some of the parts that we have through the Aeromock wheel code side. And really a great experience overall, and it's always a good time to see our friends and work family that we've gotten to know over all these years at these shows. So want to shout out to all the avionics shops out there that attended and say thank you very much for coming by the booth, and we really appreciate your business. That's one of the great things about my job is I get to travel and I get to see so many different people that share our love for this business and our industry, and I really do enjoy getting to see each and every one of them. It's really interesting. They say that if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, and I really enjoy talking to my customers and getting to know people, so it's a perfect fit for me. It fits my personality perfectly, and I really enjoy what I do. So I'm grateful for all of our customers, and I'm grateful for you guys that come along in these flights and want to see what aviation is all about. So I hope to meet more of you down the road. If you're going to be at Sun and Fun, come by the booth, say hi. I'd love to meet you. And I really enjoyed getting to know everybody, and the comments have been fantastic. Everybody's asked questions about the airplane, what's going on, and I really enjoy that engagement. So if you have any questions about what I do or this airplane or what we got going on, feel free to leave a comment below. I read every one of them. I try to respond to every one of them and answer your questions. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. So don't worry about, you're not bothering me. Don't be bashful. Just reach out and let me know what questions you have. Speaking of Sun and Fun, if you're going to be down there and maybe you're on the hunt for some parts, come by the booth. Let's chat about it. Maybe you have some questions about some of the products we offer. We always love engaging with our customers. So don't be shy. Come by. Even if it's just questions about something you're interested in. Ask those questions. We love talking to the customers and finding out what you're working on, maybe what you're looking at putting it into. Maybe we can offer a solution for you. Maybe there's an alternative solution we can talk about. So we want you to come by, want you to engage with us, and we look forward to seeing you at Sun and Fun. It's going to be a great time.
Shreveport, downtown airport, Shreveport, Louisiana. Automated weather observation 1807 Zulu. Wind 360 at 08. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point 09 Celsius. Altimeter 3013. Remarks.
3013.
Good afternoon, Shreveport approach, Centurion 604, members with you, level 3,500 BFR. I have the weather at downtown.
3011.
3011, we'll expect 32 for 604, November.
All right, 13 minutes out. We only need about 7 minutes to descend. So go ahead and start pulling that power back just a little bit. Slow things down real gradually, cool things down real gradually. Got a few bumps out here today, so not going to be able to do our cruise descent.
Mike 532, clear visual approach, runway 32, contact tower 121.4, good day.
Keep easing that power back, slow things down. I'll get the flaps out. Have a nice, easy, controlled descent into Shreveport. Probably be descending a little bit slower rate, so we'll start that a little bit early. With the haze that's in the air today, I'm afraid maybe our clear 50 nautical mile days are over. If you watch some of my recent videos, boy, we've just had some beautiful weather, beautiful flying weather. And really, this haze that's in the air right now really makes me think that warmer temperatures are coming, and it won't be long, and Louisiana summer will be starting soon. I know I've already started mowing my grass, and I'm sure I need to mow it again when I get home. 6 days on the road with a couple of rains and some warm temperatures. I'm not sure how the grass hasn't grown. I'm gonna go ahead and kick off that autopilot. Put in 10 degrees of flaps.
And Shreveport approach 604 November, beginning my VFR descent for downtown.
604 November, roger.
Destination ASOS is 118.525.
Thank you, Gladys. I've got Shreveport Regional in sight. Can't quite make out the buildings of downtown Shreveport, but it won't be long. The Shreveport Downtown Airport can be a little bit difficult to spot from time to time. But if you look at the buildings, the tall buildings of Shreveport Downtown, they are off, just off the departure end and a little bit west of the departure corridor. So once you find the buildings, you can always visualize the flight path to 32. And this is, I'm talking about if you're departing runway 14, whereas we're going to be arriving 32, so we'll be passing the buildings off our left side. There's some of those bumps. We knew they were coming. 6 minutes out. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down a little bit more, get the gear out. That way we have a nice controlled descent. I've only been able to lose about 500 feet with 10 degrees of flaps, so we'll get 10 degrees of flaps and the gear down. And there we go, below 140. Gear's coming down. Got a wheel, got a green, and the pump is off. Keep easing that power back, lower that nose.
And Shreveport approach 604 November, I have downtown in sight.
November 6048 November, Shreveport approach, roger, continue. We'll get you over to downtown once you clear Shreveport.
For November, we'll wait to get by regional.
At least they didn't give me an altitude restriction this time. Sometimes they like to keep me up higher. I like to go south of the buildings in downtown, basically along the interstate, and be on a left base for 3-2, but we'll see what they give us. They may want us to do a left downwind.
Number 48 November, contact downtown tower 120.22.
48 November, going to tower, y'all have a great day.
You as well.
Downtown tower 604 November 5 to the west southwest, inbound for landing.
Centurion 604 November, downtown tower. The wind is estimated 0305, runway 32, clear to land.
Clear to land 32 for 6048 November. And we'll just swing it out over the buildings here. Slow our descent down a little bit. Go back, go to procedure, approach. We're going to go to the visual 3-2. Visual 3-2, load approach and activate. Activate. Go back to my map. And now we have a little bit of horizontal and vertical guidance. About 200 feet above traffic pattern altitude right now. Like I said, I don't like overflying the buildings of Shreveport downtown if I can help it. Just something about things that stick up in the air I don't want to fly over. Call me crazy. And we're at traffic pattern altitude. Entering a left base for 3-2. Going to go right by the Horseshoe Casino. Pull that power back a little bit more so we can get it down below 115 knots. There we go. Get that next notch of flaps. And we're going to turn final. 1,000 to go. Roll in with those props.
$500.
Thank you, Gladys. Rolling out on final a little bit high. Got 100 knots.
Final runway 32.
Pull a little bit of power out. Add the last notch of flaps. We're going to let that glide slope come right in. Now the glide slope on the Garmin says I've got it pegged, but the Vassy says I'm a little bit high. We're going to kind of split the difference. Power's coming out. Oh, a little bit of a balloon there. Ooh, that was a little bit harder than we're used to. Still don't think you felt that at home, though.
Centurion 48 November, turn right on Echo, taxi via November and Golf, and monitor ground point 65.
Echo November Golf to parking, monitor ground 65, 48 November, thanks.
Good day.
You too, sir. Well, fellow aviators, it's been an interesting past couple of days. Had a test maintenance flight that we had to do a few adjustments on, and then when we thought we were squared away and ready to come home, had to come back out and check one more thing out. So not an exactly uneventful trip, but certainly kept us on our toes, and I appreciate you guys coming along. Got a lot of more great videos coming down the pipe, a lot of exciting things to share for you, or excuse me, a lot of great things to share with you, and don't forget to subscribe, and if you're going to be down at Sun and Fun, let me know, and one lucky subscriber is going to be able to join me for beacons and barbecue. Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming along, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.